Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today I am doing my first fall makeup look of the season. I know I'm a little early, but currently I'm in northern Wisconsin where the weather is definitely a little bit chillier and the cabin that I'm in is just really inspiring me just for the fall season. So plus I'm just obsessed with the season and I'm ready pretty much for it to start after 4th of July passes. So anyway, here I am doing my first fall makeup look of the season and I'm so excited. Any look at all you can wear any time of the year for any different occasion, so just keep that in mind. I'm in no way rushing summer. I'm just excited for fall and excited for the fall look. So I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe and let's just jump right in. It's so freaking cozy here. So what I was not expecting was the weather to be what it was. Really quick, I'm going in with the Honest Beauty Everything Primer. I've been really enjoying this. I feel like you can't see it. I'm just gonna pop this on my skin and you can see I got a little bit of sun while I was here, but the weather itself has been cold. I checked the weather before we left and it said it was gonna be like mid 80s, so I was like, okay, it's like summer where I live. I mean, I only live like 7 hours away. Yeah, like this morning it was 56 out and windy and chilly, and then sometimes it just like randomly rains. At night it gets really cold, so it got down to like mid 40s, so it's just a little chilly, and then randomly a cloud will go away and it'll be warm again. The weather itself is giving me like all of these fall feels as well, so that's really fun. So I'm gonna be going into the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime foundation. I'm in the shade LM9. This is my favorite foundation, and I'm gonna be using the Fox 4 brush from the Sigma and Brianna Fox brush set. So, oh shit, I just got that everywhere. Blah. So I'm just going to apply this on my skin. I do have quite a bit of sun. Even though the weather has been pretty cold, the sun's been out, and so I've definitely gotten some color. So this is a little bit too light, but it'll still work. Ruben's been teaching me how to fish for muskie. I haven't caught one yet, but after I film this video, I'm actually gonna go back out there and try again. And I don't actually know what look I wanna do today. I brought a bunch of different palettes and shadow colors and options, so I'm just not sure, but I definitely want something a little bit smokier, nice and cozy. And then I'm gonna go into the matching concealer. It's in the same shade, LM9. I'm just blending that in with my Sigma FO3 brush. Okay, and now we can go into cream bronzer. I just showed this in my last video. Also, if you want a whole video on how to apply your foundation, get it to last, and all of that, I will link that video down below as well as right up here. I walk you through a bunch of tips and tricks on just how to make your makeup apply nicer and last throughout the day. But in that video, I show you this cream bronzer that I have been loving. This is the Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the packaging. It's so beautiful. This is the inside. It's the same size as her powder bronzer, which is huge. So I'm gonna use a Smith 157 and just pick it up here. I'm gonna go right up here and start stippling this product in on my cheekbones to do kind of like a mix of a bronze and contour. Oh, it feels so good to just have this like breeze in this cooler weather. The sun is still out today, but it's so refreshing from just going from like 90 degrees, super humid and hot, and like, which don't get me wrong, I still love that. I love the summer for what it is, but the fall will just forever be my favorite season, and I just wish we had it for longer. I wish winter wasn't so long, or actually I just wish that winter ended when it was supposed to, because we in Indiana, I live in Northwest Indiana, basically outside of Chicago, and our winter just goes all the way through May sometimes. Like, we had snow in April this year, so it's just, if it didn't do that, I wouldn't mind so much. Yeah, it's just always so refreshing once you get the warm weather, but then it gets so warm that I'm just like ready for fall. And then I want to go in and cream contour my nose as well, so I'm just going to use this angled brush and just go here. So I finished The Guest List by Lucy Foley. It was okay. I enjoyed the story up until the very end, just because I saw it coming from the very beginning. I knew who was the one that got murdered, and I knew who did it. I just didn't know the why. And then once certain things were revealed, I was like, oh, well, this has to be what's going on here. And I was right. So a little disappointing there. There was so much lead up and then it just like ended. So that was kind of disappointing too. So I gave it a 3-star on my Goodreads account. If you want to follow me there, I'll link it down below. But yeah, I've really been enjoying reading and chatting with you guys about it, about like the different books. It's just been really fun and a nice little escape that doesn't have to do with being on my phone. I've been enjoying just like living actual life more instead of just like being on the internet all the time. For blush, I want to try this one from Honest Beauty. It is in the color Plumberry. It's a cream blush. It looks like so. And I'm gonna use the Hollywood complexion brush from Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm gonna pick that up here and start stippling this on the cheeks. Oh, I can go with a little bit more. Don't exactly know what kind of look I want to do today. Obviously I want it to be like warm deliciousness. I just don't exactly know. I brought a bunch of different palettes here, so we shall see. Yeah, I think too I wanted to start these videos a little bit earlier this year just because I feel like I don't get all of them out in time, because as soon as November 1st hits, a lot of people are just like ready for Christmas and holiday and stuff. So I just feel like I don't have enough time to get out all of the stuff that I want to get out. So this just works out. I swear, as soon as like the 4th of July hits, it's like, okay, fall. What are you doing, baby? Oh, I'm sorry. I said okay. I'm sorry. When I said okay with a high pitch, my dog got really excited. Come here. Come here, Stretchy McStretch Pants. Come here. She's very angry because she wants to go sit on the porch. Yeah, in the sun. And get that beautiful breeze. I have the sliding door open so she can sit right in front of it. It's just not good enough. I'm going to powder. So I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and my powder puff. Ratio. Side of the nose and the under eye on both sides. I go over this in my foundation video as well if you want to check that out. And if you want like more details on it. I actually don't think I need too much powdering today just because it's a lot chillier today. So for those of you guys that are crazy fall lovers like me, let me know what your favorite thing about fall is and let me know all of your fall tutorial requests down below. I am just feeling it today. I'm just gonna do like just a classic warm smoky eye, I think. I think I accidentally just put highlighter all over my face. Whoops. But yeah, let me know. I kind of want to do maybe like a cranberry something or other pretty soon. Just, I want all of the fall feels as soon as possible. I'm just gonna go with a little bit of powder bronzer just to kind of like blend all of these shades together. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury powder bronzer with the Charlotte Tilbury powder bronzer brush. I'm just kind of layering everything together. I feel like this is really bright down here, so this will kind of help blend all that. Lastly, for highlighter, I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Cosmetics Star Power highlighter. Looks like this. Let's see if this is focusing. I'm gonna use a Fox 5 brush. Pop it right here. Which, by the way, my brush set is still available. I'll link it down below if you haven't checked it out yet. Okay, and then look at the nose and the Cupid's bow. I'm so excited to just like have my makeup done because I haven't had any on all week and I've just been like out in the wilderness, which I'll talk to you about that in just a second. I'm gonna do my brows though. Let me zoom in. So hopefully you can see it a little bit better while I do the rest of my face. I'm gonna go into the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade number 3. I'm gonna do these really quick without talking because I can't talk and do my eyebrows at the same time. They'll just like end up really messed up. Okay, brows are done. I'm gonna go into the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, one of my favorite primers, if not one of my favorite eyeshadow primer. Mine's really dried out, but like it still seems to work fine. I'm just gonna apply it with a brush here. But yeah, so when we got here, we camped out because the Airbnb that we're renting was actually rented by one of Ruben's friends and his wife, and so we were just waiting for them to check out so that we could check in. And we came a little early because Ruben and his friend were gonna fish together. So everything was booked up here. There were no Airbnbs, so we camped out in a tent, which whatever, no big deal. Actually, we found one room at a hotel, but it was like everyone that was running it was like on drugs. Literally, they were doing drugs outside of the hotel before we got there, and you couldn't lock your door. You had to keep your door open because to get into your door, you had to like have them let you in. It was just really sketchy and weird, so we left and went to a campground instead. So, love camping, especially when the weather is like this. It's just glorious. So we finally got to the campground, got the tent up, everything, about like 3 in the morning because we had left pretty late to get here. And we got like 2 hours of sleep because at like 5 in the morning we woke up to thunderstorms, and which would not be a big deal, but we forgot the tarp for the top of our tent, so we got completely drenched, and then all of my clothes got wet because I had them in my suitcase that was in the bed of the truck. So we just didn't think that it was going to rain because on the forecast it didn't say that it was going to, so I thought it was gonna be fine back there, and just so all my shit got wet, and it stayed in the suitcase for 2 days because we still hadn't checked into the Airbnb yet, so it all got stinky and gross, which whatever, again, no big deal. But our Airbnb doesn't have a washer and dryer. Ooh, I can see a bald eagle from here. Oh, it's so freaking beautiful here. Just amazing, just amazing. Anyways, we could go to the laundromat and have everything cleaned, but that is about 45 minutes out of the way. Then we'll have to wait, and it's just like, whatever. I'm just gonna wear the same shirt every day. I don't care. It's fine. For my eyeshadow, I think I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Divine Neutrals palette. This is such a gorgeous neutral palette, but also just like beautiful for fall. I love all of these warm shades. They're just stunning. So I'm gonna start with Just Barely, and I think I'm just gonna do like a blown out, like brown, warm, smoky eye, just to start things off and kick off the warm fall feels. And then we'll do some more like creative and different sort of looks later. But I just wanted to start with that. So I'm gonna use the Fox One brush from my brush set and pick up Just Barely right here and start smoking this into the crease and all around, you know the drill. So then we finally got into the Airbnb. It felt good to finally have a shower after a couple of days of not showering. And then just ever since, we've just been like on the boat, learning how to fish, and just relaxing, enjoying this beautiful weather, the beautiful scenery. I'm like ready to move up here. We've been here quite a few times now. I used to come up to Wisconsin, like the Holman Aqua area when I was a kid. And we're actually a little more north than that right now too. We're basically like up by the UP. I just love it here. Honestly, I just want to be in nature. I want to move somewhere that has more nature. So that's just kind of like every time we come up here, I'm like, I'm ready to look for land. I just love being surrounded by trees and just water and nature and all that good stuff. Now I'm gonna go into Good Vibes. I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of a smaller brush, or one that's a little bit more dense to be a little bit more controlled. This is a Smith 232. The weather right now though has kind of reminded me of when we were in Alaska last year for our honeymoon, because it is beautiful and it'll forecast like a gorgeous day, but if it gets cloudy, it gets cold. And that's how it was in Alaska. Like you had to wear layers because you would go from like being really warm to being freezing. So that's just, it reminds me a lot of that here. Also, so the week before we left to come up here, I pre-filmed 4 different videos so that I could have 2 go up the week that we left and then 2 go up the week that we were here. And then I would film this and have it ready for the week that I got back. So I'd be like on schedule. I was doing all the things. And of course, I get up here and out of nowhere, my external hard drive just started acting up. It won't let me access anything on it, and anything that I was editing in my editing program that was like using footage from the external drive, like it wasn't working in there. It was just like a hot mess. Like my computer will act totally fine as long as my external hard drive is not plugged in, and I don't know why. It's just weird that it just, as soon as we got up here, it started acting funny. What I ended up doing was letting my computer sit with the drive plugged in, and then eventually it would recognize it, and then eventually, like after an hour, it would recognize it, and then after an hour I could go on there and see what was on there. And I slowly, one video at a time, which there were 100 different clips, I was able to transfer the majority of it to my desktop, which I normally don't like all that footage on my actual computer because that'll really slow it down. But I was able to successfully save about 90% of the footage. There's like 10% of them that I just can't access, but I'm okay with it because I got the majority of it and I thought that I had lost all that footage. Anyways, you probably don't care. All in all, I finally got a video up. I'm really happy. Okay, now I'm gonna go into Booked, which is my personal favorite shade in this entire palette. It's just this delicious warm brown with like an orange hue, and I'm gonna put this all over the lid. Boop, 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 boop. Popping it on the lid. This warm deliciousness. It's smoky. I'm using a Smith 247. Did it look similar to this with this palette already, but I used a shimmery color on the lid, and I wanted to do just this warm matte color all over. It's just so beautiful. I love this palette. I'm not a fan of the shimmers in it because I'm not a fan of Morphe shimmery shades, which is weird because I feel like a shimmery shadow probably easier to develop than a matte one. I don't know. That's just my guess because I feel like the matte ones are usually what's harder to like blend out and work and whatever, where a shimmery one, it's just a shimmer is a shimmer. But they make their shimmers like chalk. It's so strange and I don't understand it. I wish they didn't do that with their shadows. I'm gonna go back into Good Vibes and go right at the crease and start blending those two together so we have a nice fade. I'm gonna grab Booked and go underneath. Oh yeah. Ooh, I love me a blown out smoky eye. Okay, once the majority of the product is off of this brush, and just kind of blending all around so that there's no harsh edges or anything. I'm gonna grab a nude eyeliner pencil. This is the Pro Pencil from Anastasia, and go right here in the waterline. I'm gonna grab the highlighter that I used on my face, this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eyes and the brow bone. Okay, I feel like I want just a little bit more highlights. I'm gonna go into Champagne Pop from Becca. This is shattered, so I can't show you. Oh, damn it, I just dropped that everywhere. Let's try this. This will give me a little bit more of a pop. I think the other one just matches my skin tone a little too much, where this one will actually like really, really highlight. Now I'm gonna go into the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara, one of my favorites. Just applying this to my lashes. Totally forgot to curl them. I meant to do that. Lately I've just really been liking curling my lashes first. I feel like applying my mascara is way easier after that. And then also going in with lashes after is also really helpful after they've been kind of just curled up, and then it just gives a nice little like seat for them to sit on top of. I might actually skip false lashes today because I'm about to just go out on the boat and fish. I'm just filming this for YouTube. I think that looks nice. For lips, I just want to do like a nice bold nude. Let's do Anastasia Warm Taupe. Love this color. Just lining the lips, and then once I've got the line on, like where my natural lip line is, then I start to overline. So I'm overlining right at the Cupid's bow and right under here, and then I lay it on its side and drag it inwards. I'm going to deepen it up with a little bit of Cool Brown from Anastasia. And then I'm going to grab, I think, I'm going to grab Oh She's Single from Patrick Ta. It's a good classic neutral color. Okay, and then I think I just added a little bit more of the darker lip liner in there just to make it not so light. I wanted a little bit of a darker nude, but this is all I brought with me, so here we are. This is the look up close, so you can see what it looks like. Just a nice classic me sort of look, very smoky, very blown out, very warm, and just very grungy fall, so I love it. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I got this look. I hope that this gave you all of the fall feels and got you excited for this season and got you excited for just my fall tutorials in and of itself. So remember, you can wear these any time of the year. I know I'm early, but I'm just excited about it. So I hope you guys like this video. Hi pretzel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.